As has been mentioned previously, on ISDA Create, you can get a whole range of different pieces of data automatically from the platform. So we split this into data that you can get on an ongoing basis in relation to ongoing negotiations and data you can get in relation to completed negotiations. In relation to ongoing negotiations, as has been mentioned previously, on the dashboard, you can get a bird's eye overview of the status of all the documents that are currently in flight. And you can do that by using the activity panel at the bottom here and the graphs at the top. But there's a few other things that you can do. So if you navigate to the settings and the negotiation data tab, you can download at any time a spreadsheet which contains information on the document and status of each selection, including information on approval, and that's broken down per document that has been negotiated on ISDA Create. If I open up that file, you'll be able to see some of the information that I've just referred to. So if I select here the 2018 Euroclear CTA, I can see the negotiation. I can see then various information around the elections. So for example, the date of the ISDA Master Agreement shows it's incomplete, and it also gives an approval status. And you can look through all the documents that you're negotiating on ISDA Create to find similar information. You're also able to find, as I mentioned earlier, lots of information around completed negotiations. So you can download a similar report which contained structured legal data for all of the completed negotiations in a selected sub-account. And this again shows you the information per document. This is a really good way of, if you ever want to know, for example, what the status of a particular election is across all of the agreements that you've executed on ISDA Create, then you would be able to navigate to those documents, navigate to those elections and see what you have agreed for those particular elections. So for example, if I had multiple ISDA master agreements, I could then see what the party B's name was in all instances. Currently on the platform, there's only been one completed negotiation, but you can imagine that as you add your negotiations to the platform, this spreadsheet becomes ever more valuable. You're also able to get information on specific documents. So if you have a negotiated document on ISDA Create and you've completed that negotiation, it will then be housed in this completed tab under the negotiations tab. And when you select that document, you get some information. You get a summary of the negotiation. And if you select view elections, you also can view the elections that were made in that document. But crucially, you can also download a few pieces of information. So you can download the audit trail, and that's a PDF document which sets out for each completed document information on the event, for example, assigning the document, who accepted the invitation, who edited it and confirmed, and associated information around user and timing. So you can see here that my colleague Heather Smith was the person to receive the document, she assigned it, she applied a preset, and she edited various answers. And at each stage, I can see what Heather did on the document. I can also, if I want to, download metadata. So this is a JSON file, which gives information on the elections and the history, including the audit trail. When I download that, it opens a noteback, which doesn't mean very much to me. But if I copy that information into another program, I'm able to see the data that was captured around that agreement. So on the left is what we downloaded from the platform. And on the right, this is a tool that's used to beautify the information and make it easier to read. So if I look through the answers, I can see the elections that Party A made for example, Umbrella. So you can see here that this document was not an umbrella agreement. If the document included operational information or information that's important to your colleagues' risk systems, you would then be able to consume that data from the outputs in the JSON file using APIs. So you can see that there's a wealth of information that's readily available when you negotiate and agree documents through ISDA Create.